played a couple of simulators, and this was like very responsive, especially the hydraulics and stuff, the motion and stuff was really, really on point.
Make you feel like you're really driving, it feels real.
It adds so much to the experience. It's just really, really cool.
It was pretty awesome.
Welcome to Worldwide Technology Raceway here today, the Ott Company 117. A track that was not on the NASCAR schedule for a while, was at one point, then they put it back on the schedule for it. Definitely an interesting track. Runs like a short track, but doesn't at the same time because it's long, but it's a really flat corner, so you don't have a lot of turn. Don't really have anything to lean on. I will pull up some race info. One thing that I'm looking at is who can save that right front the best, because it's going to be wearing off pretty hard at tracks like this. You're putting a lot of wheel into it, trying to get the car to turn. And that new update that they put out will probably mess with these drivers a lot here if I had to guess. See, this is a short track. It's a mile and a quarter, but it drives very weird. 1 and 2, you can get away with shifting sometimes, maybe every now and then. 3 and 4, you can do it, but that'll hurt those tires a lot. But it's just an odd track to drive. You're not going to be used to doing it. So I'm going to have to see how drivers adjust to it. That's going to be one thing that I will be watching for sure. They're currently in their qualifying right now. You see some of them right now. We'll look at Kevin Hash doing his qualifying laps. That camera has no audio there. I have adjusted some of the audio too. He's actually done with his. So this is Christopher Gale. See where that puts him on the board here. That will put him, can you see him on there yet? He will actually go 16th. There are 26 drivers. Yeah, that'll be 26. Dylan Hale is race control, so he will not count on the side of the board, as Drapeau has actually put it on top. That's surprising there. I think that might be his first pole this season. As I think Matson, yep, that was the end of qualifying there. Do notice something, so I will give this a little bit more volume because that is very quiet overall. Just boosted iRacing again because it was oddly quiet for you all, so I don't want it to be like that all the time. I can always lower it back down, but I will pull up the starting grid here now for these guys. So Eric Drapeau first, George Balfons Jr. second, Sean Boundy third, Adam Bowles fourth, Dave Matson fifth, Corbin Hemstreet sixth, seventh, Storm Patterson eighth, Kelvin Messrs ninth, Landon Polinsky 10th, Brian Hennings 11th, Daniel Half 12th, Roger DeBold 13th, Kevin Hash 14th, Matt Cherry 15th, Brandon Pamitat 16th, Christopher Gale 17th, Raymond Rittner 18th, Corey Code 19th, Matt Quitt 20th, Mark Math 21st, Manny Gregory 23rd, 22nd, Brandon Klusterhuis 23rd, Tristan Ott 24th, Paul Majivka 25th, Josh Coley. And looks like 26 will be Brian Wertman. He will move up because Dylan Hale is race control, like I said earlier. But most of these guys are on the track currently. We'll be using probably cameras 2 here because camera 1 has absolutely no audio to it. I have boosted it up on iRacing so you can see it a little, or you can hear it a little bit more maybe. If it's too quiet for y'all, but just let me know. I can change the limiter, the point that it starts to compress everything. But when everybody grids, they will all go white here. They'll all get a paint refresh. Gotta wait for them to do that, whenever that will be. We're waiting on Roger DeBold grid, and that will be the last guys. He's just now gridded, so I can give them all a paint refresh here. They will go white. Paint scheme will load in after that. Make sure I have my trading paints open. I do, so that will change there. Ham Street doesn't run a paint scheme. We got to remember that. You don't see a lot of people run just matte cars anymore. Most people have a paint scheme on them. Messes with me every now and then, I will say that much. Definitely messes with me. That's a new paint scheme from Georgia Balfons. That is a very nice one, though. White paint scheme. That's pretty cool. White, red, yellow. That's a nice looking paint scheme for him. But I do want to see if drivers tonight can save that right front, because that right front's probably going to be screaming by the end of this race. It's not going to be too happy at all with you. If you drive it too aggressive, you'll find out real quick that it doesn't like that. It doesn't like to be driven that way. If you burn that right front off, that will really kill your turn into the corner, and you will just start plowing after that. It doesn't matter how much wheel you put into it, it just will not turn. But 100 laps here today. Pace car is going to pull off this time by for these guys. The starter has the flag in his hand all the way down there at the exit of turn 4. Coming to the Geico restart zone. Start is on the flagman. As green flag is in the air, we are underway here. It's like Balfons lost the spot here. He's just trying to hold these guys off. Currently, looks like he goes up the track a little bit. That's what drivers can kind of do. It's where you can kind of diamond the track off, but it likes to cook that right front. So they've got to decide how much they want to do that. You don't want to do it too much, as we see. I believe that was Mark Math get loose off that corner there. Luckily, he doesn't come down and clean out the people below him. That's one common thing that I see drivers do a lot, is they get loose on that top line. As we have the 45, Storm Patterson around. He gets hit by Raymond Rittner. That was not Raymond Rittner. Who hit him? That was Brian Wortman, I think. Oh, and Sawyer, it looks like he was up against the wall, slowing down. We'll go and see what happened to Storm here. As he looks like he might have gotten door slammed there from Matson. Gotta go from a chase view. It's gonna be close here. Might have got his nose chopped off. No, he just gets. Yeah, he just gets loose down there on the bottom. Clips the grass, and after that, he's around. And who comes by and hits him? That is the 74. And then, the 84. Yeah, 74 and 84. So that was Christopher Gale came by and hit him. And that was, yeah, Raymond Rittner was one of the cars that I saw barely squeeze by going around that. I don't think we'll see anybody come to pit road besides Storm, as yeah, he'll have to come down pit road. He's got some heavy damage on that car. 3 laps in, just looks like that was just a little bit of a mistake from him. Hopefully with that, he'll learn. This track is really weird too. You kind of have to learn to run it most of the time. It's not just a go in there guns a blazing track. You can't do that. That's just maybe some brake bias. He has it set to the rear a little bit more than what he needs it to. He'll probably maybe change that up, as we have a pretty decent amount actually coming down pit road here. Matt Quick, Josh Coley, last week's winner at Charlotte, Christopher Gale, Storm Patterson, and Wortman are down. So some of these guys are just in the back. Probably just want to get more fuel in their car, as he might have overslid his pit. Yep, he did. As I wonder, who is that person who has that watch party in here? I wonder if y'all are watching again, because you probably are. I'm just curious to see if you can comment. Let's see. It looks like most of those guys are out. Storm, he's going to be in here fixing some damage. I think that got his right front. No, it might have been his left front there. Yeah, you can see it buckled down on his car, so he's just going to be getting that fixed. Might as well go get any damage. Also, his steering might be knocked in. We'll have to see here. Let me go cockpit. He has his wheel to the side, so I don't think it's knocked in, as he needs to get off pit road here very quickly, as Gale actually has probably the worst damage from it. That did not go good for him. That car is... See, the right front's buckled. I think the left front's buckled too. Actually dented in, but his next gens are tanks. So he should be fine, hopefully, for him. The pace car probably has one more time around, then lights will go off after that. Last week we saw drivers try to squeeze off a turn 4 at Charlotte. Hopefully they can do it at this track. It's a little bit wider. Charlotte coming off a turn 4, 3 wide is kind of pushing it there. It's squeezing it as... Hello, All Gas. I just saw your comment there again. As if I had to guess, you might be Dylan Hale. Are you Dylan Hale? Let's find out here real quick. I'm not completely sure, but I do see you in there. I acknowledge you. Ugh. Thought my mic was muted for a minute there. I've got to find where my cursor is first. Yeah, no, okay, my mic's not muted good. I thought it was for a second. But lights are off on the pace car, so they will grab the green next time by. I think the track's probably a little bit cooler, too. See it really overcast. Sun's not out, so these guys are going to have a lot more grip, a lot more turn, but a lot more tire wear because of that, and going a lot faster. Curious to see if guys are riding around on 4th or 5th now. Probably going to be maybe might be 4th. I'm not completely sure. We'll have to find out here, though. Do not know. That'll be one thing I will probably learn here tonight. Which one can you get away with? Pace car pulls off here. Drapeau will lead him to green. As green flag is in the air, we are back underway here as Hemstreet looks like he bobbles a little bit on the start. Luckily, he gets it up under him. Drapeau's going to get a good start. Sean Bounty is going to be trying to run him down. Balfons will lose a position. Balfons actually might bang into Bounty there. Go off of him. Boyles is up on the bumper. Balfons trying to shake him. I just want to touch him. I meant to rattle his cages. These guys pour off a turn 2. You see them all come down the backstretch here. But Drapeau, he's got to deal with Sean Bounty. Being in his rearview mirror, he's not going to go away. He's going to kind of just keep poking his head out there. You see Dave Matson. The Miller light car. As 38 thought about putting a 3 wide, that was Roger DeBold. He was thinking about it. He's going to go down in there, go down to the bottom, almost touch Hemstreet. Got to be careful with that Hemstreet. I think he saw them and moved up just half a lane so he didn't get absolutely plowed by him. Not something that's uncommon here at all either, but DeBold's going to try to get a spot on Hennings. As Hemstreet, I think he might have got sent in the corner from Hennings. Drivers are going to have different braking zones here, so it's what you got to keep in mind. Not one person is going to brake in the exact same position. Some guys might be getting in deeper to the corner as we have them 4 wide around Brandon Pamatap, Kevin Hash, and Brian Hennings as they decide, man, let's not do that this early on. It's just not worth it. They tuck in. He's poking his nose in there, Hash was. Pamatap might have some help down the backstretch. He kind of does. He'll be able to get that spot on Hennings. He hops up immediately. Does not want to deal with being down in that bottom lane on corner entry. That can really chew up that right front tire for him. Fastest lap was actually, no, it was Drapeau still. It was Balfons and it was Drapeau after they crossed the start-finish line. Back here seems to be where the action is. That's Corey Code. Pennings is losing a lot of spots here. Not had a very good start. He's got to maybe learn the track a little bit. So he's tucking it behind Code. See Coley. Coley probably wants to repeat what happened last week and win another race. He would be extremely happy with that. Pamitat looks like he's on the move. He's going to get another spot from Kelvin Messrs. Pamitat will go right by him, so he's going to be up to 8th. Started in 15th. So he's a pretty big mover so far. I'm wondering if he's going too fast early on. He's probably might be abusing that right front. We'll just have to see if he is. In about 15-ish laps is when you'll be able to tell if he's really been leaning on that right front, getting it to turn off of that. Looks like we got Boyles trying to get a spot. Or, sorry, Matson trying to get a spot from Boyles here. Matson on the bottom, see him wash up a little bit. So that's going to be using that right front, guys, having to turn back down the track using that. So they're going to have to decide how much do I, or how often do I want to do that. If I was them, I'd try to be doing it as little as possible. Sir looks like he might be losing another one here to Polinsky. Looks like he's going to fight him off that corner. Polinsky wiggles maybe just a tad. If he does that again, it's going to heat up those rear tires. It's going to make it hard to get off the corner. As Masur looks like he has a little bit of right side damage. That may just be his paint scheme. That was just his paint scheme. He's going to do a crossover now, Polinsky. You can have that position, but I'm going to come right back for it. Pulls it off the wall there. Tries to get far away from him, but see Cherry going to give Polinsky kind of a little bit of a drafting help here going into turn 3. He'll be able to get that position on him. On Boundy's kind of falling back from Drapeau. Drapeau's running away with it currently. See, Paco is way off pace there. He might have gotten in the wall somewhere. He was slow going into the corner. I've seen him make him lose about 3 positions. Klooster, who's contacted a little bit. Rubbins racing. Reminds me of Denny Hamlin and Ross Chastain last year. I wish they would have parked Hamlin because that was just getting annoying at that point. Go down into this corner side by side with each other, though. Oh, it looks like he's just running away with it right now. He's just, yeah, I'm just going to kind of scoot on by y'all. You can do what you want to do. But me, you can, yeah, I'm just going to be here. Not going to really worry much about what's happening behind him, and I wouldn't blame him for that either. We got somebody down to the grass. Who's that? That was, I think that was, yeah, Paul Majivka. I've gotten loose off that corner. You see Workman. Workman came down pit road. You got to think maybe some damage fixed. I didn't see any visible damage on him. Could have been just like some I couldn't see. But Balfons is now trying to get this position back, running a little bit higher into the corner here. We'll go cockpit view with them. As he's down to 3rd gear in the corner. As I think drivers have to shift now. Yeah, there is no other option with the new update. They have to go from 5th to 3rd in the corners, it looks like. As, yep, he shifts down again. So, update made it more realistic as we have a caution on the track. Raymond Rittner and Christopher Gale, the 2 drivers that were involved in a wreck earlier. Not of their doing, though. It says Matt Quick has gotten involved with it, so they might have went off his nose. What happened here? Oh, Quick just tries to side draft, and that does not go well. He just clips Gale, sends Gale down hard into the inside. Oh, and the 15 got some of it too. Rittner was an innocent bystander. I know Tristan Ott got some of it. That might have actually broken his toe link from where he hit them. He's an innocent bystander. Literally nothing he could do at that point. You want to see if this brings guys down pit road, though. It might. Just don't know for sure, as I wish the lights would turn on here. It's actually pretty dim, and the lighting's horrible. But Drapeau looks like he's going down pit road. 18 laps in. I don't think it would be a bad call. Yeah, Bounty Balfons is staying out, as only the top 2 so far go down pit road. So the rest of the field must feel pretty sure about their tires at this point, as I'm not sure you can do that. We'll have to see if you can. It might be a penalty. As you got Raymond coming down. Majivka's coming down. Gregory, Treston, and Storm are down pit road. Storm's got some more optional damage that he's probably going to be fixing here, but I'm not so sure you can do what Bounty did there. He was committed to pit road, then he pulled off at that spot, but he might have been far away from the commitment line, that being said, so he might actually be fine. I'm not completely sure if you can do that, though. The commitment line, I believe, is a little bit further down the track, too. So we'll just have to find out. Let's see. I don't know. Yeah, so let's see. They put it on lap 2. That's down on this. Yeah, this is damage being fixed on all of them. I know some guys are trying to pocket their fast repair. You don't want to use that fast repair early on. If you use it early on, well, you're going to be in a rough position. I always try to save it for pretty much like the very, very end of the race. And I try to get all my optional fixed that I can possibly get fixed. See if Sean Bounty gets a penalty or not. I don't think he will because he didn't fully commit officially. I don't think there's much that can be done about that. You know, that being said, I don't know for sure. I really do not know for sure. But lights will go off on the pace car, so they will grab the green flag next time by. It'll be Bounty, Balfons, Boyles, Matson, Hemstreet, and DeBow, the top 3 rows here. Gonna wad them all back up. Guys need to be getting as much as they can on the start. I mean, everybody's close together. Might as well get as many positions as possible. Hopefully it doesn't turn into Indy last year when everybody was literally just rubbing off each other going into the corners. I mean, they just cram as many cars as they can because the body just didn't dent in at all. That's also when Larson lost his brakes going down into that turn. Pace car pulls off here. Sean Bounty will lead them to green. Carter has a flag in his hand, and we are underway. Sean gets a good jump on the field. Actually kind of tuck in pretty quickly. Boyles will now try to get a spot on Balfons. Balfons is going to have to fight him a little bit for it. M-Street's looking under DeBow or Matson. He's also got to deal with the bolt on his outside, so he can't wash up towards the wall like he wants to at all. As Matson almost turned Boyles there for a second, trying to get as close as he can when he crosses behind him on the rear. Almost swiped him there, as I think we almost have somebody in the walls. I think we do. Yes, we do. That is Hennings up in the wall. Hennings has not had a good start to this race at all, that's for sure. He's been struggling early on. He's lost 12 positions, qualified 12th. And there has to be some damage I just can't see somewhere on that car in the way he's driving. It's just not going well as we have the 0-0. Looks like he overcorrects. Polinsky will catch. Oh, he caught the separation in the tracks, and he'll be off the racing surface. Well, that'll take him all the way to the rear, and I think it just stepped out on him going off of 2. We'll have to see what happened. I think it did step out on him, just unloaded. I probably know exactly where it caught him, too. Yep, that's what happens all the time at this track. It's that one part there where you come over the crest, the car will unload, and that rear end gets really, really light, and you do not have any traction. As DeBow was trying to squeeze up in front of George Balfons, he'll be able to do it. Balfons is probably not happy as the rear end steps out on DeBow. Might have downshifted too early. That's going to give Coley a run to the inside. That Wilson's farm. Ain't scheme as he almost has to pull it away because he thought Balfons was going to be coming down the track on him. They're going to line up by Fonz. They'll go right by him. Drapeau, he is up to 13th after he did come down pit road. He does have 4 tires and fuel, so he has more grip than these guys, but he doesn't need to abuse it. If he abuses it early on, he will find out really quick that that's not the right thing to do for it. I'm kind of looking at Josh Coley. He is up 20 positions, qualified 25th. Currently sitting 5th right now. This might be a track that suits him, requires drivers to shift. As I tell you what, I need to get an actual sequential shifter instead of the Logitech one that I have to keep pulling back and pushing forward, as he might try to get another spot here. DeVold punches a hole under Matson. He might follow suit. You kind of have to run where he is running, though. It's almost like there's tire tracks on the track that have always been there that you have to kind of run almost exactly there. If you don't do that, you just will not get a good turn throughout the corner. You can't really run the very bottom because the car is just so tight. It will not turn, as George Balfons might have gotten punted there by Kevin Hash to get him out of the way. Actually, here comes Drapeau, though. Drapeau's going to be working his way through the field pretty quickly. He's hoping that no caution comes out and they stay green, so these tires do pay off, but these other guys here are also hoping that we need to kind of hold him up, because he'll be coming. Once he comes to the field, he is gone. As Boyles looks like he's looking on Boundy. Boundy's going to give him that inside line, but he's going to race him off the backstretch, and he'll be able to hold on to it. Boyles gets right up on the bumper of him, though, trying to rattle him. Thought he almost gave him a little bit of a tap going in the corner, but look at DeBold. DeBold's coming through, so is Coley. As looks like we have another crash on the backstretch, as that will bring out the 3rd caution here. Hennings and Treston. It seems like Treston cannot get away from the carnage that happens here. Oh, it steps out on him just like it happened on Polinsky. And Hennings actually gets the worst of it. Watt actually gets away with the least damage as Hennings. Oh, he pounds that wall. That might have broken his steering. I think it did. Oh, yeah, that steering. Yeah, that steering's broken. So he's going to have to use his fast repair. That's not good for him. But I think everybody else is going to come down pit road now, possibly. So Drapeau's kind of did pay off, didn't pay off. He'll get the lead back again, but he's also got about 6 laps on his tires. But at a track like this, I don't really think that means a lot for it. I do want to see when their stage break is, however. I've not looked at that. They will have a stage at lap 30, so they might throw a quick caution again. I don't know. Stage is lap 30 and 50. 60% fuel. I think that's what all their races are. Anyway, this is the 4th race out of 17 for them. Official, as Treston Ott stays out. I think he might be getting some... He might just be tired of being back there. I wouldn't blame him either. Hennings, he'll be off and away. He definitely used his fast repair. There's no way that he did not. Looks like Coley actually wins the race off of pit road, though. Look at him. 22 positions gained for Josh Coley. I think Storm is still getting a lot of optional damage fixed. Yeah, but Josh Coley, he'll be up here maybe competing for the lead here very soon when they go back green. So they will get the green, I believe, on lap... Actually, probably lap 30. As Treston Ott, he now comes down pit road. Yeah, you probably need to come down pit road looking at that car. That car is... doesn't look too healthy there, bud. See, the front end of it's scraped everywhere. It's also his design, though. But you can tell around the Goodyear that's not supposed to be there. Buckled down also. Yeah, so they'll actually get the green on lap 31, so I don't think that... I guess that might have counted as the stage. I'm not completely sure. I can't hear race control. If I could, I would. But not possible to hear them. Unless y'all wanted to hear them talk on the track too. That'd probably be very annoying for you, though. Polinsky looks like he uses his fast repair. As he is, I think, yeah, he's 2 laps down, but he can probably get those back pretty quickly. Hennings will be the lucky dog if another caution was to come out. But he will know that there will be one at lap 50 no matter what. He can bank on that. Yeah, lights have gone off on the, or they're going to go off on the pace car here. They're lining up in their zones, or in their lanes. I think Coley, he could probably get the lead on Drapeau here off the start, because he can kind of sail it off and into the corner on the high side. Going to be how aggressive does he want to be, though, is a better question for him. If you want to be super aggressive, you can try it. It might not work. It's possible, but yeah, I wouldn't do it if I were him. What does that say on the side of his car? Sip and Shine Racing. I did not know that. You can also see the Ghost logo on his car. It's small, so you really can't see it very good in detail. As I think all these guys actually run that on their car. Most of them do, which thank you to all the guys that do. It's not a requirement. They just wanted to do it. But pace car will pull off here, as that might be the entry to pit road. Who knows at this point? This track is weird. Drapeau will lead him to green. Coley on the outside. Bounty, Boyles, Hash, and Gale. Top three rows here as green flag is in the air. We are back underway here. Drapeau gets a good jump. Coley does not get going at all. He was caught sleeping on the start. He's going to have to get in there deep and try to fight Bounty on the outside, but I don't think he's going to have anything to really challenge him with. Have to roll that top line. Get around that corner and shoot off of it. Try to get the run off of it. And I think he might have a pretty decent run as he's going to race him into turn 3 and 4, and he will get that position. So now he's going to set his sights on Drapeau, and I think he'll probably catch Drapeau here pretty quickly. See, Boyle looks like he might have gotten moved up there by Roger DeBold. A lot of bump and run as Masseur almost pulled that off the wall. So that car jolt down as these guys are just on top of each other back here. Nobody's giving each other room. Close quarters racing as looks like the 26 and Manny Gregory kind of sailed it off to that corner. Going to cook up that right front a little bit more for him, so he's got to be careful when he does that. As Drapeau's probably trying to hold off Coley, as Coley's going to get right up to the rear bumper of him. Might get him off this corner if he can get a good run. I don't think he gets the one that he needs. He wiggles there, so he's going to not have a run down the front stretch. As Gregory is in the wall. Bangs off of it. Sir looks like he's trying to make his way up to the pack. You saw him losing a lot of positions earlier. Storm, let's see if Storm can rebound. He hasn't used his fast repair. He's keeping it as he gets loose off the corner. He's able to save it, though. Balfons almost runs him over. But Drapeau, he's trying to hold off Coley as Coley. He might have him here. He's going to have a run. He can oh, he actually might move Drapeau. Oh, he's going to wreck Drapeau. Drapeau will go down to the inside wall. Don't think that was on purpose from Josh Coley, though. But Drapeau, from the lead, I think Coley was just trying to side draft, and he just got ever so close to him and just got too close after that, and that sent him around. I have to see. I think Coley was just trying to side draft. He just got too close. Don't think he meant to do that one bit. So you'll see right here, he hits Drapeau. Drapeau bobbles. And that's really... yeah, I'll play that real time here because it always looks worse in slow motion. But you all see what I'm talking about here. He will hit Drapeau, then Drapeau's kind of bobbling it. This, I don't think Coley had any intention of doing this here at one bit. Yeah, I cannot put that blame on Coley. He barely tapped him, and then Drapeau was trying to save it. Coley pretty much just stayed straight after that, and Drapeau just came back down across his nose. So I don't put blame on him at all. But Storm, Quick, Majivka, Drapeau's back down. He's probably going to take tires here. He's off cycle with these guys, but there's going to be another caution at lap 50. You do have to remember that. As these guys are under their fourth caution here, we will take our first commercial break, though.
I played a couple of simulators, and this was like very responsive, especially the hydraulics and stuff, the motion and stuff was really, really on point.
Make you feel like you're really driving. It feels real.
It adds so much to the experience. It's just really, really cool.
It was pretty awesome.
You will see lights are off on the pace car here. Drivers getting ready to go back racing. They will have another stage break at lap 50, so they will go to that, come back down pit road, get 4 tires and fuel most likely. Wouldn't expect anybody to be staying out. Could probably end up really bad for them if they're not careful. But Josh Coley, Sean Boundy, Roger DeBold, Adam Bowles, Kevin Hash, and Brandon Klusterhuis, your top 3 rows here currently. Klusterhuis is up 16 positions. Coley is up 24. So he has had a good race so far, that's for sure, looking at him. As there it is, it was Kelly. I can't remember your name, but I was seeing if you were here. Tuesday watch night. Or Tuesday watch party, but green flag will be back in the area here very shortly. Coley leading them to green. As green flag is in the air, Coley gets a decent jump over Sean Boundy. Boundy won't be able to really do anything quite just yet. He might have to fight with the Bold because the Bold's going to give him that inside look. He's going to make him cover that bottom there. The Bold's not going to go too deep into the corner, however. It's like Hash is kind of running Pamitat up, or Kluster is up the track just a little bit, trying to get up off the corner. Depo's probably going to be working as hard as he can to get back up here. I feel bad for Treston. He has not had a good night. But looks like Boundy is trying to deal with Boyles because Boyles, he's trying to get another position from him. This guy's really wadded up behind him as DeBold's going to go right back on Boyles. Not give him that bottom lane. Show him the nose. He'll get in there in the corner. Not super deep either. He can look as Boundy almost gets it off the wall. These guys racing down into the corner with each other. As you see Matt Quick back here peeking around. It's like Corbin Hemstreet was trying to go under Masseur. Masseur won't really give him that position. He's going to race him off the corner, see if Hemstreet can put down the power, but Masseur's going to have that run coming off the corner on the outside. Look at Boyles. Now Boyles is trying to get by Sean Boundy. He can get that going there. As this is letting Coley run away with the lead. Now, Coley's kind of becoming my favorite, knowing that he has a little watch party. I always like to pick some drivers every now and then that I think will do pretty good. As you see, Balfons was up here early, having to pick his way back through all this field that he's around right now currently with him. As Bowles is still fighting Boundy on the outside. Boundy's not giving him up. Guys racing off the corner, but look at Coley. Coley likes what he's seeing because he has managed to stretch the lead out here to over a second. Hemstreet almost squeezes Corey there. Got a little bit close to him. Just going to come off that corner as Corey's going to try to diamond it a little bit. Looks like Gale might have bounced off the wall there. See Landon Polinsky coming back to the field. They are 3 wide around Quick. I think they realize, yeah, let's not do this right now. It's just not worth it. Polinsky would be the lucky dog at the stage break. He'd still be 1 lap down, however, as DeBold is now trying to get that position on Boundy. Gonna make it difficult. Might use up Boundy here. Maybe gave him a little bit of a tap, get in the corner. Now it's gonna give Boyles a lane on that bottom. Probably not gonna be too happy with each other between those 2 drivers. If I had to guess, they're gonna be a little bit angry. That's just bouncing off each other. Still going at it. So what's happening right now is Bounty is able to get a run on the outside, and now he's going to have more help from Pamitas. This might be the death of Boyles. As we have a caution on the track, as it says Paul Majivka has crashed. As it looks like Hennings and Workman are involved. What happened with these guys here coming off of 4? Car might just step out on him. As it happens in front of him, I think, ooh, Hennings might have got the grass. I think he did. Might have been downshifting too. We'll watch. Oh, he just got on the rumble strips, and that sent him around. And, of course, the 44 had nowhere to go. I think Workman just came to a complete stop. He realizes, yeah, he just came to a stop there. Slow rolled it. Kept going, though. So he doesn't have any damage. Majivka does. So this might be stage break again here, too. Might be. I say might, because I'm not completely sure if it is. Excuse me there. Well, Virginia has some bipolar weather. As Sawyer, I know exactly how you feel. I live semi-rural, and we had a tree go down in Abingdon. That's kind of where I live, around that area in Abingdon, and that knocked out power for 7,000 people on Sunday. So that was amazing. My work was having power freakouts the whole time. They ended up getting that fixed. But power outages, I know, are annoying sometimes. But thank you for tuning in. And checking up on your league. You should share it to people and tell them to subscribe. Just a suggestion. As looks like, so we had a split decision. We had actually a lot of guys come down. Boyles, Patterson, Masur, Hash, Rittner, Quick, Treston, Balfons, Wortman. Do you think there's going to be another caution at lap 50, though? But we will watch these guys come off pit road here very quickly. See a lot of guys just sitting on pit road right now, trying to get their optional damage fixed. As you know, it's early in the race, might as well just go ahead and do it if you got time. It can't hurt to get damage fixed that you can't see. If it, I always like that. I always like getting it fixed more often. As what is this? So I just got notifications from a group that was like 3 years old. Okay, that's odd. But yeah, lights will be going off on the pace car next time by, and it will be Coley who will be leading him to green. As I think it's actually not as dim on this track now. I really wish the lights would come on because it is... The lighting is weird, but I think they might have actually came on here. Did they come on? Yes, they finally came on because that lighting was so odd. I did not like it one bit. It was just so dim. You really couldn't see the cars. Let's see, someone say Coley doing what he does, racing clean and dominating. Don't make me step out of the booth and race these guys, because I'll do it. Try me. It's kidding. I don't run leagues. I didn't really enjoy them when I ran them. I just never really found fun for it. I really focus on the A Open more than anything else half the time. I do race for TWR. Use code TEAMWATTSSPIN39 for 5% off your purchase of a setup. Any setup that they have there, you can get 5% off. So keep that in mind. If you are looking for racing setups, pretty good. Always updated throughout the week too. Yeah, so lights are off now. Coley. Might be a stage. It might be. I don't know, because they may move it back too. We'll just have to see. I don't really know. Coley, last week's winner. Yes, these cars look a lot better with the lights on. Thank the Lord. I hated the lights off here. I wish there was an option to toggle that and turn them on the whole track, because it looks a lot better. These cars look a lot better now that the lights have been turned on for them. Pace car will pull off here, however, for these guys. Lights are off as you see it there. It means I'm getting off the track. Y'all can go over 100 miles an hour and go wreck each other. Coley leading them to green here. Start is on him. Whenever he fires, everybody else can fire. As green flag is in there, we are back underway. To bold wiggles a little bit. That's going to give Coley a decent start. Coley will be able to take his normal lineup in there. Sean Bounty's going to try to poke his nose in there. Not let him come down. If he's going to come down, you're going to come right across me. Let's see how that goes. Pam Attack going to ride that. Pretty much ride the exact line that he needs to there. Klusterhoos is going to be unloading that car on the bottom as Matson gives him a look there. Just makes him know he's poking his nose. Want to see how fast your Poe can get in here. He put it on lap 34. These other guys lap 27, but he also has 9 cars in front of him to get to the lead if he wants to get to Josh Coley. Coley might have to face the Bold here pretty soon, because the Bold was pretty quick as Manny Gregory almost smacked the wall. See Gale. Gale's had a rough night too. We've seen drivers have a lot of rough nights here. It's either gone their way or it's not gone their way. There's almost no in between for them, and I kind of feel bad for some of them. Because you'll have races like that every now and then. You're like, man, I just can't have anything go right for me. The Bull looks like he's running that higher line. Going into the corner. He's kind of cutting down. Probably staying lower throughout all of it, too, so... We have another caution. That was the stage right there. So they do throw a caution for it. So that will give the lucky dog, I think, to Tristan Ott. Yes, it will. He will get the lucky dog. Polinsky won't, sadly for him. But Josh Coley, he will win that stage, lap 50. Probably try to get an interview with him when he goes down pit road here, too. They got to catch the pace car. Pace car's probably... Yeah, there it is. I had a feeling it was down the back stretch somewhere. It's one thing that happens when cautions come out. You got to go catch them. It can get a little bit annoying. That's for sure. Just trying to get as close as you can. Sometimes you'll catch it, sometimes you won't. But I do expect everyone to come down now. Drapeau might stay out. No, he's not. He's going to get on cycle with these guys as... Ash is going to stay out. Lap 45. He might have been laying off here. Raymond Rittner is also going to stay out. They could have been laying off. So I think these guys might have been laying off on how hard they were going. They'll be the leaders, but it will be Coley leading him down pit road. As soon as he exits pit road, we'll drag him in here for an interview. If I can find him in one of these rooms. I don't think he's in a room. He is not, so I actually can't interview him. Well. I would interview the stage winner, but I can't. Unless I'm looking right over him. No, there he is. I was looking right over him. We will bring in Josh Coley. Hey, Josh. This is Bryson Booth. Got a copy, man?
Hey, man, I got you.
Man, so you're back where you were last week leading the race. Now, how does the car feel for you overall, and how's the track doing?
I got it pretty well figured out, I think. A lot of guys are struggling, but I think I've found a way to get through the corner pretty well. So I'm happy, and I think we'll do all right tonight.
Now, so how do you feel about, maybe having a possible repeat this week, knowing you won last week at Charlotte?
Well, it's funny because I had damage last week and it drove pretty good, and I got damage this week, and now I'm afraid to fix it because I'm afraid it might hurt my handling. So I'm just going to leave it alone unless I get destroyed, and then I'll use my quick fix if I have to. But yeah, I don't know. I think this new build, I don't know if it suits my style or what's going on, but I seem to be able to adapt to it pretty well.
Yeah, man. Well, I will let you go. Hopefully, I see you in victory lane, though, man. Good luck to you.
All right, thank you.
That was Josh Coley, the Stage 2 winner. I'm not sure who won Stage 1. We'll have to see. But he is buried in this pack behind Masur, Quick, Boyles, Rittner, and Hash. So he's got to get through all these guys. And one guy I'm going to look... well, where's he going to be restarting at? He'll be restarting the top line. That's not maybe a bad line on the restarts every now and then, I have to say. No, he has to be starting on the bottom. He's actually got a good line. Kind of weird. You don't want to start on the... You think you would want to start on the bottom at this track. You kind of don't. The outside line might be a little bit better. As I'm wondering where Trey got the radioactive done for the Ghost League. He's not. We normally have radioactive out for last week, but I think he's been really busy. He's the one that does. I could not sit through that much footage and go through it. I would go literally insane. Literally insane. Sir has some damage. The front end of his car. Yes, he does. The right front dented in a little bit. And his splitter is also banged up off the track. That's not good. Don't ever want to see that. Lights are off. Lap 56, they will get the green. Then there's no stages after that. Only cautions from some guys wrecking if they do wreck each other. 6 so far. You got something over here. This chair is always wanting to come undone. I need to get a new one. One arm will always want to unscrew itself. No matter how many times I screw it in, it always comes back out. Kevin Hash going to be leading him to green. Race car pulls off there. Kevin Hash, Raymond Rittner, Adam Boyles, Matt Quick, Kelvin Masur, and George Balfons Jr. As green flag is in the air, we are back underway here. Rittner does not get a good start. That's going to give Boyles a lane to the inside. He's going to take it there. Coley thought about 3 wide on Masur. Probably wants to get away from Boundy. I would too. Boundy's kind of been up on him the whole entire night. He's going to get tied off that corner, not be able to turn like he wants. Kevin Hash, he will maintain the lead. He's going to have to deal with Adam Boyles. He's going to have to try to chase him down now. Quick running really low on entry. I don't know why he's running that low. He's going to really cook those tires. He's going to have to get on the brakes hard. He would actually get a spot on Balfons. That might have been why he was doing that. Team Masur coming up through here. Boundy and Coley fighting side by side. Boundy wiggles a little bit as Hemstreet goes hard into the inside wall. We stay green, though. I think that might have... His toe's broken. Yep, that is a broken toe link. The left front. See it there. It's kind of pointed outwards a little bit more. I don't think the right front's damaged. Yeah, but that left front is really damaged for him. Hash has to deal with Boyles now. Boyles is not going away from him as Coley lost that position. He's going to lose another one to Pamitat. He needs to get up on that outside line. There he goes. Now he can finally get a good entry to a corner. His Bounty's going to try to get a spot on Masur. He's really hoping that holes can be punched to where he can just kind of follow them through. They're running up the track here. Boyles all the way pretty much out of the line. If he does that again, he's going to cook that tire up. Brandon Kluster, who's going side by side. We thought he was going side by side with Matt Cherry there. Coley's trying to get it. He's trying to look. You can see him looking around, trying to get inside on Bounty. You do not want to get on those rumble strips, though. Hopefully he knows that. You get on those rumble strips, that car just run right to the side. Has no grip. Just has to worry about what's up front. Where is Drapeau? Drapeau is 13th. Behind Matson and Klusterhuis. Coley's going to try the outside. This is what he needs to do. He needs to get to the outside of Boundy as he will have a good exit here. You wouldn't think he can pass on the outside of this track. This is where you want to go, so he'll probably get this position going into 3 and 4 as Pamitat's going to poke a hole behind. You're under Masur. Balfons, it's like he will. Oh, quick. I think he threw a block on Balfons that gets him sideways. As Koliecki got that spot, as Balfons might lose 3 here, as they might be 3 wide off the corner. They are. They a little bit of a tap from Coley on Masur. I don't think he realized Masur couldn't go up. This is going to give Bounty a run. Coley's going to get in there pretty deep. Actually, outbreak Bounty. He's got to get around these lap cars. That's when things going to be annoyed by. He can come up, but Balfons is there. Balfons, think these tires, he's going to have to use these tires to his advantage. Back up here, Boyles and Hash are not really going at it much anymore. They've kind of evened out from where they're running. See, I think Bounty, it might be between Bounty and Coley, looking at how these guys are racing. Kind of just all over each other. Brandon Kustruce looks like he's finally gotten a... No, he thought he had a nose up under him. Coley's finally going to get a run, try to take it on Balfons. Balfons will just give him the bottom. Coley hits the rumble strips down there, but I think Balfons will have a run off the corner unless Coley can downshift fast enough and put the power down, as he is able to do that. Slides up after he knows he's fully clear. We got somebody around. I can hear tires screeching. Who is that? That is Kelvin Masur, as Polinsky almost just drills him. What happened here with him? Uh-oh. Well, okay, he just got... Okay, so he's slowing down here way early. I think Coley even was surprised by that. Balfons definitely had zero clue that was going to happen, and Masur just goes up into the outside wall. It doesn't hit it hard. But I don't think anybody had a clue that he was going to be going that slow on corner entry. You really cannot put blame on anyone for that incident there. They just kind of hit each other, and yeah, that was not intentional by either of them at all. We have some takers down pit road. Ash, Boyles, looks like Bounty. Somebody else. Matson, Corey Coe. They don't register until they get on pit road. Storm Patterson, Daniel Half, Sawyer Ott, Tristan Ott, and Corbin Hemstreet and Kelvin Masur, the car that was spun off the front end. It's the 7th caution here, 64 laps in, as Austin has just started streaming. Just looking at his right now. Austin is the other broadcaster we have for Ghost Racing Network. He is doing Ron Morris Jr.'s race tonight. Looks like they've got a pretty big field. As those are money races, I cannot do super speedways. They drive me literally insane. That's when all the super speedway warriors come out, is what I call them. Don't run anything else but that. But as these guys are under their 6th caution, we will take another commercial break.
I played a couple of simulators, and this was like very responsive, especially the hydraulics and stuff, the motion and stuff was really, really on point.
But you feel like you're really driving, it feels real.
It adds so much to the experience. It's just really, really cool.
It was pretty awesome.
Lights are off on the pace car. Driver is getting ready to go back green here. 66 laps into a 100 lap race. 7 cautions so far here, so hopefully drivers can make it to the end. I think they can make it on fuel. We did have some guys come down pit road. Want to shake up a lot of stuff. First car that came down pit road is back in 13th. That is Kevin Hash. Raymond Rittner will lead them to green. Matt Quick on his outside. Brandon Pamitat, Josh Coley, Matt Cherry, and George Balfons Jr. Top 3 rows as green flag is back in the air. We are back underway here as Quick does not get going at all. Coley trying to shove him getting into that corner because he needs him to go. Guys race off that corner. Brian Hennings right now currently riding 13th, now 12th, having to fight Kevin Hash for 8th position. If we got somebody all the way up in the loss of 32 of half, someone's ended up bad for him. Oh, we got somebody beaten. Oh, that's Boyles. Oh, hard hit for Coe. That's a big wreck here. I think that collected 4 drivers. I'm not sure what happened off the corner though. What happened here? So, slow it down. Trying to see. So, Boyles might have gotten touched. See what happened to Boyles here. It's when it started. No cockpit view. I think I know what happened. Oh, he has to shift, and I think Storm ran into the bumper of him. And that sends the 9 hard into the outside wall. We'll watch how hard the 9 hit because he drilled it. That sent him up into the 9. 32 of half as an innocent bystander here. Oh, that's a hard hit. And then Manning Gregory goes down to the inside with Polinsky as Polinsky smacks that wall too after he's had a rough night. Gregory has had a rough night also. That'll bring out the 8th caution, lap 69. Oh, that is a destroyed right front toe link. That tire is supposed to be spinning and not cambered out that far. Not supposed to look like that. Alphonse, Brandon Klustruth, Gale, Hennings, Majivka, Half, Tristan Ott, Manning Gregory, Landon Polinsky, Corey Coe are all down pit road as they probably need to be. Some of them have damage that you can probably not continue with. Definitely been a fair share of cautions here tonight, that's for sure. It's getting freezing in here. Here in Virginia, our weather likes to be bipolar. I don't understand why, but it does. Doesn't make any sense to me at all. Today it was 32. It had been 72 all last week. And that was spring break for me. Doesn't make any sense. It should have been a lot warmer than that, but evidently not. They'll get the green with on lap 73, I think, for them. It's probably when they'll grab that green flag. Light bouncing off some of these cars. I do think this track just looks better lit than anything else. Looks a lot better with lights on it. add for this? What do I have to do? Oh, great. Fun. Love this. Activate. What's this? Hopefully this is, I don't know what this is more of. Yep, I thought it was. Okay, we're good, never mind. Kind of looked at some paint schemes here, though. I think all these guys pretty much run the same paint schemes. M Street needs to get a paint scheme. I keep thinking that his paint's not loading, but that's just he runs a flat gray car with nothing on it. As Gill's coming back down pit road. Polinsky's still sitting in pit lane. He had a hard hit. Kind of backed it. He got actually kind of collected in it. Just smashed the wall. He went down the track. The lights are off now. Yeah, lap 73, I think that's what it actually said too. That's when they'll get the green flag again. I think these fresh tires that, refresher tires that people like Hash, Matson, and Bounty have will probably end up paying off. It will just take it a little bit longer too. But I think eventually you will see them benefit them a lot. It's just going to take them a little bit longer. The lights are off like I said. Pace car will pull off here. Raymond Rittner, Josh Coley, Matt Quick, Brandon Pamatat, Matt Cherry, and Eric Drapeau. Top 3 rows here. Beat Raymond Rittner, lead him to green. As green flag is back in the air, we are back underway here. Rittner gets a good start. Going to leave Quick and Coley to battle between these two. As DeBold sees something down there, he says, I'm going to go 3 wide. He thought about it, decided better of it. Oh, Alphonse almost got squeezed in the wall. I think he did. That probably almost caused a wreck because we were at a different camera angle for that. That might be an unhappy driver here very shortly, as there is a caution out. Somebody's through the grass. That is Henning's toes. I think he probably just had a little bit of a rage there. He's been in a lot of wrecks that were not his fault. As was it him? Who was that? No, it was Monsieur that put Alphonse up into the wall. Oh, an innocent bystander is Alphonse. I think Gregory's loose coming off that corner. He clips him there. I don't know if he's loose. I'm not completely sure there. I mean, he could be trying to side draft. I want to see from a chase view if Hennings came down. I don't see Hennings come down. I mean, I just see Gregory clipping Hennings. I don't know if that was on purpose or he's just trying to side draft, but that's on Gregory right there. It's all on him. I can't really say much about it, but the bold half, Alphonse, yeah, Alphonse is definitely down. That car is literally broken on that front. Oh my gosh, that car is destroyed. Be the 9th caution here. Tracks like these, short tracks, are always rough for drivers. Doesn't matter where you are. You put a lot of guys close quarters, and it's just not a lot of room for error. You have to be so precise with everything that you do.
Some heroes walk on 4 legs. I'm Jason Johnson, founder of Project Canine Hero. Not every retired police canine or military working dog has a home to go to in retirement. We strive to ensure no hero is left behind. We cover the medical needs of our program members after their faithful service. Our organization also provides a lifetime sanctuary for many of these heroes who may suffer from PTSD. And whenever possible, we find them a forever home. Visit ProjectCanineHero.org to learn how you can help protect those who protected us.
Just running some stuff there to kind of fill some of the dead air. I'll tell you what, that one ad from Noah Owens, I need to get the 1080p version because that is evidently not 1080p. I had to stretch it to the screen, and when I did that, it just decides to go, no, I'm not going to be good quality after that, so I got to get that fixed. Need to ask him on Discord for it, that's for sure. It is not up to good quality. That's very evident. But Raymond Rittner, he's kind of getting lucky with these. I think if it does go green, I think Coley will probably definitely have a chance to run him down. I think Hash might come through the pack too, but these cautions happening, Coley really doesn't have a chance to capitalize on these newer tires that he has over Rittner. Raymond Rittner is a familiar name, ran a lot of HSR money racing. That's the only familiar name that I see from. I think DeBold is also a familiar name. I mean, I saw him from somewhere else. A lot of the other guys I've not heard of besides being, you know, them racing in this league. As lights go off in the pace car, so we'll grab the green flag with 23 laps left in the race here. We'll do a little bit of an onboard here with Raymond because I want to see how he gets his jump on the start. It's going to be... Actually, we'll go with Drapeau. So let's go with Mark Mapp. Not really talked about him much. He's up 13 positions. He's kind of in the middle of everything, too. So I want you all to see how hectic it gets back here when these guys are racing each other because it gets interesting. So we'll watch Rittner get his start, and then we'll cut to Mark Math. As Kelly, I do not know. I just saw your comment. Pace car pulls off here. Raymond Rittner will lead him to green. As green flag is in the air, Coley gets a pretty good restart, though. We go back here with Mark Math as he is in the middle of all of this. I do notice with him, though, is he's kind of hanging his shifts. Not really getting down as Pam Attack goes hard into the... Or actually doesn't even touch the wall. I thought he was going to nail it, but he goes down to the inside. I'm not sure what happened with him. Maybe he went off the nose a quick here. As Coley had gotten the lead as... Nope, he just bobbles there. Hash is on his rear end, and he barely taps him there. He does a good job of not pounding the inside wall. Good move by him. He throttled it down, realized... I've got so much power going straight, I cannot back into it. I don't think he has any damage. He's just trying to get going. Might have some damage here, actually. Does he have some? No, he does. I don't think he does. I just want to make sure. Yeah, he does not. Okay. Didn't know if he did or not. I don't think we'll see. Nope, Drapeau will come down. He hits from 5th. If he decides not to go out and do what Boundy did. he's going to actually commit to pit road here. I'm surprised by that. Only going to be like 19 laps left when they get the green. He's going to come down pit road and pit again. Did not think I would see that happen. But it's worth a try. Might as well see what can happen there. I think he's sitting pretty well in points right now also, so it won't hurt him too bad if it doesn't work out for him. Ott is down also. I have a number of takers here. Linsky, Pamitat, Ott, and Wortman came down pit road. Pamitat, I think he's getting 4. Yeah, he's getting 4 tires and fuel. He needs it after he just spun. It's a very nice all matte black paint scheme there. Didn't know that was an option. Kelly, you mean laps? We have 20 laps left. You mean time? That's an hour and 2 minutes. So these guys have time in their race. Just want to make sure it also shows it on this. Actually, I can't even see it there, but it looks like it is an hour and 2 minutes that you see on the screen right now currently. Again, if y'all are new to Ghost Racing Network, if you don't mind throwing in a subscription, that will help us grow a lot. I think we can probably get to 600 by the end of this month. We just need 19 more. So I think we can do it. We gain about 3 or 4 every stream, it seems. It's all thanks to you all. You can always take back your subscription. You can always turn off notifications to our channel, stuff like that. If you not want to have your phone popping up with Ghost Racing Network has gone live from this, and this all the time. We do stream more often now that it's not only me. Austin streams. He kind of just, whenever he picks a race, I don't even know when he does some. I don't even know that he does some streams half the time. He just kind of throws it up there, and I'm like, all right, whatever. You go do you. But first car on fully fresh tires is George Balfons Jr. He's 16th, 74 when he pitted. Actually, that's not the freshest tires, sorry. Tristan Ott, who pitted on lap 80. The guys behind him, besides Hennings, pitted on lap 80. Should be Coley who will lead them to green here. His car is off. Green flag is back in the air. We are back underway. Coley does not get a good jump. He's going to have Ash on his bumper. He's going to give Rittner a lane to the inside, but he's not going to take it. One thing that Coley's hoping is these cars behind him hold up these fresher tires that will be trying to chase him down. Did say it seemed to suit him better, though, so that might come back and benefit him. Yeah, we got them all on top of each other now. They've been on top of each other the whole entire race, it seems, but now it's going to be even worse. We've got them 3 wide. Gregor on the outside, Pamitat in the bottom, Drapeau in the middle. Drapeau will get that position. Let's see, where's DeBold? DeBold has lap 74 tires. These are fresher than the guys in front of him. To hope to have a little bit more grip, as they might be 4 wide here. That is Hemstreet, Boyles, and Klusterhuis as Balfons. Actually, that was Wortman. No, who was that? Oh, Majewka, sorry, goes into the wall. This is where the action is, though. It's about mid-pack, around 10th to 14th. These guys are just all over each other. They're not giving each other much room at all. Tash actually has fresher tires than Coley. Didn't notice that. As Hemstreet might get turned off to Patterson's bumper here. He's about beating his bumper off. This is going to make him 3 wide again. DeBold on the bottom. DeBold will give them all room runs. I do not want to be around this if it goes bad. As these guys were just fanning out. Balfons looks like he's going to try to take a spot from Kelvin. Kelvin will hold him off there. Balfons, or not Balfons. Poor Hemstreet's going to get close to DeBold. They're going to race off that corner. Deshaun Boundy coming up here. He was the one guy that I think could probably challenge Coley. As Coley, he just wants these laps to keep ticking down. Boyle is getting there pretty deep. I think he actually wiggled. He's on the brakes so hard, trying to get it slowed down for him. He doesn't want to plow into somebody in front of him. We have a, caution out, Corey Coe. Drapeau Looks like that is all that was involved in it. Yes, that was. Happened to Corey here. Corey was just loose and then Drapeau tapped him after that. 82 or 84, Christopher Gale got by. Corey then smacks the wall. Only really 2 drivers involved. Gale has a little bit of damage too, but I don't think it's too bad for him. That'll bring out that the 11th caution. Coley does want to see this. Takes laps off the board for him. He doesn't have to worry about these guys chasing him down. But it does bottle them all back up, get them all close to each other. Nose to tail so they can hunt him if he gets a chance. That's one thing he's going to be super paranoid about. He's going to be like, oh gosh, please do not drill me. I think we're at 582 now. I think we were at 579 when this stream started. Rittner's coming down pit road. Interesting pits from these guys. I wouldn't be coming down this late. You're going to have about 10 laps. Unless you're absolutely going to fly through this field. I don't see it being a good option for him at all. I wouldn't be coming down pit road one bit. I don't think it's smart to be doing that right now. With that being said, guys can do what they want. If they think it's going to work, it might work. Who knows? I could be completely wrong. I know Coley's looking at a repeat. Won at Charlotte last week with damage. He has damage this week too. Said he was nervous to fit it or fix it. So if that was me, I'd probably get it fixed earlier in the race, but because he wants to keep it damaged. If it's still driving fine, don't fix it. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Old saying. Where does it put this at? Oh, it puts it up in the top left. I don't want that there. Actually, I can probably use that. I might use that later on, now that I know where it goes. Need to find the code to run all these dang logos up. I need to put it in. I've not had time to do it. The lights are still on. Yeah, at least one more time around for these guys. So it'll be 10 laps left when they get the green flag. Lights will go off next time by. It'll pull in. I know we got Kelly's probably pulling to see Coley do a repeat. Trying to carry that momentum that he has from Charlotte into this race. But if y'all are watching, who do you have winning this race? If I had to choose somebody, it's either Coley or Boundy. Because Boundy was able to hang with Coley, and he has fresher tires than Coley too. So I think it's going to be between those two guys. Guys back here, apparently social distancing from DeBold. They don't like him very much, apparently. Very far away from him. So they just don't want to talk to him. Where is this at? That's not what I need to look at. I'm trying to look at something here. Let's just get this writing on. On the C drive. I need to get rid of this thing. But pace car gonna pull off at this time. Josh Coley will lead him to green. Kevin Hash, Matt Quick, Dave Matson, Adam Boyles, Sean Boundy, top 3 rows here. 10 laps left, 11 cautions so far in this 100-lap race. Pace car pulls off. As green flag is back in the air, we are back underway here from Worldwide Technology Raceway. Yeah. Coley gets a good start, but Hash has those fresher tires. Can he use them to his advantage? Coley needs to get up the track here to block that run. He's not going to be able to do it, so it's going to give Hash a lane to the outside as DeBold pounds that wall. They keep it straight for now. Now the caution comes out as they are collecting each other back here. That's Cherry, DeBold. I saw Tristan Ott involved. That was some hard hits for those guys. Sawyer's now has his power back on. He texted earlier in the chat. That was some hard hits for these guys. I know he was nailing it. As Coley maintains the lead. He's lucky with that. So what happened here? Oh, sorry, didn't mean to do that. What happened here between these guys? So Hemstreet hits DeBold. DeBold then smacks the wall, comes back down off it. Nothing you can do. Gets Balfons. Then Balfons gets kind of clipped again. Cherry gets involved in it. Cherry then turns back up into DeBold. That doesn't mean to do that. Sawyer, Tristan Ott tries to avoid it. He does actually a almost good job. He clips Gregory there. Those two pound the wall. Tristan and Gregory slide down to the inside. They both hit the inside wall, bounce off of it. Between those guys, but it's going to be the 12th caution here. Coley was lucky he maintained that lead. I do not think he had that lead when the caution came out, but iRacing gave it to him. He is very lucky that it did, because he probably would have lost it there. I want to see what is on the back of this. Need to figure out what some of these do, because I have absolutely zero clue. As these guys are on their 12th one, though, we will probably take our very last commercial break here.
and stuff was really, really on point.
Make you feel like you're really driving. It feels real.
It adds so much to the experience. It's just really, really cool.
It was pretty awesome.
We are back here. 6 laps left in the race here. Been a long race for these guys. 12 cautions. Stream has been going on for an hour and a half. Actually, probably about normal for this thing. Coley leading up the green. Ash on his outside. Quick, Matson, Boundy, and Boyle as the top 3 rows here. Coley might have to deal with Hash here, as Hash does have the better tires, and Hash was going to get that position. Coley has to get a good jump on this restart. He needs one. As green flag is in the air, Hash almost matches Coley there, so Coley's going to have to fight. Looks like he'll be able to get a clean entry into the corner. He realizes that a little bit later than probably what he needed to, but he's going to run that line that he knows he needs to run. Get a good exit off. Hopefully he doesn't slide, but Hash, I think those fresher tires are going to end up paying off here. He's going to have to find out, as these guys are on top of each other back here now. Freshest tires is Brandon Pamitat. Lap 80 is when he pitted. So he's got super, super fresh tires. Actually, the freshest tires right now is DeBold and Wortman, 92 and 93. So I think DeBold's going to be coming through here blazing. Trying to get as many positions as he can. As we got him 4 wide here. Matson might have gotten forced up the track as he does. He collects Boundy. No caution is out, though. I think he got forced up the track. That might end Matson's night. He hit it pretty hard. I think that might have knocked his toe in. No, it didn't. Surprisingly, that car is actually still going. Would have thought that would have been a lot harder of a hit for him. But Coley, look at him. Hash is running him down. 3 laps left. Coley is now pushing it. He's getting all he can out of this car back here, but these guys got to keep it straight. Tim Street's going to thread the needle. Mark Math, Brandon Pamitat, George Balfons Jr. all on top of each other. Pamitat hops up right in front of Math. Who's trying to hold off Balfons is going to hit him going into the corner. It's going to get Balfons loose. So it might have not been a good choice from him as he almost clips him there. Maybe 2 laps left. Or these guys were just going at it as Hemstreet's in the wall. These guys are not giving each other any room as Hash. He is running fast laps, but Coley is just a little bit faster. As I know Coley, all he sees is this. That's the gearbox view from his car. As we have a caution here. See what happened between these guys back in the pack, as this is about 4 drivers involved. Probably went 4 wide off the exit if I had to guess here what happened with them. Yep, that's just everybody's trying to get into turn 1. They're just cramming each other in there. So we'll rewind that again, go a little bit slower. So it looks like Hemstreet's going down. Polinsky's actually going up. They just end up clipping Balfons is what Polinsky does. Now, how did everybody else get involved in this? They might have actually saved it. They did. And then what happens after this? Polinsky's still trying to drive it as Monsieur. It's like he comes by and hits Polinsky. Nothing Polinsky can do. Nothing Balfons can do. Innocent bystander. And then who else gets collected in this mess here? Because someone else does. I'm not sure who it was. There's one more driver. As it was Monsieur and Wortman does it. He spins to avoid. They're picking their way through it after that. That now brings out a green-white checkered here. Coley might have wanted to see this. Also, maybe he didn't. It's iffy. He may have. I don't know, because he had the win, but it was going to be close between him and Hash. Hash was going to be right on his bumper at the end of it. Kelly, it looks like we might have a repeat here. I wonder, does it show the tags that I put in here? No, it doesn't. Okay, I was wondering if it did. It's gonna get interesting. Green white checkered attempt. Can Coley take home 2 in a row? Got a lot of momentum looking at that Wilson's Farm. Actually, I'm gonna look up where this is now. Might have to get a little bit of a better view. It looks like we got a lot of them in Tennessee, North Carolina. What does it say on his hood? Because if I can find that, if I figure out where this farm is. Wilson Farm growing better ideas. Okay. Now I'm going to find this now. I'm going to go a little detective mode. Sawmills, North Carolina. I think. Is that where it's from? No, wait. Info. I'm trying to look up this. I'm actually curious. Because this is the farm, I think. Got the logo for it. We're looking at. I'm going to search that up. Lexington, North Carolina, I believe. I'm gonna find this now. I did find their website. I've always wanted to kind of go into like one of these sponsors that these guys have for like these leagues and say, hey, do you know that league y'all sponsor? And you're like, yeah. I'm like, I'm the broadcaster. I've always wanted to do that. I think I might do that with a couple of them. That's just kind of interesting to do. It'd be cool to see. Lexington, Massachusetts. That's where it's from. I don't know why I thought Lexington, North Carolina. That was close, I think. Possibly. Might have been. I don't know. Is that the right one? Kelly, can you confirm that for me? Is it in Lexington, or Massachusetts? As my chat stopped working, I gotta refresh this again. You gotta be kidding me. Why does it put his to the front? Austin? Oh, it's the views, that's why. Green white checkered attempt here, though. Coley actually takes the outside line. I think he realized that I don't want this bottom line getting in the corner. You can get a better run off the top. As look who's worked his way back up here. Storm Patterson. This would be a comeback story for the ages if he wins this race, that's for sure. I don't know if he can, but it's worth a shot. Might as well see if he can do it. Pace car's going to pull off here. Lights are off on it. Coley, Hash, Patterson, Kloosterhuis, Boyles, Wick, and Pamitat. Here. Coley needs a good restart. Storm is up on that bumper, though. He wants him to go. Coley will get a good restart. Storm had to lay off because he didn't know when he was going to go. What Coley wants to happen now is Boyles gets under Hash and makes him drive hard to can't pinch off the exit that he needs. Coley will come out of 2 here. Hash is going to be driving his heart out here, but can Coley hold him off for one more lap when he goes across the start-finish line? Hash is going to be driving as hard as he can. It'll be white flag in the air here. He wants to see this. Can Coley do a repeat as a guy wrecks? We are still green, though. Last week, we saw almost a win get taken from the exact same way. That was Balfon's. But Coley, these guys are wrecking behind. They're sending it in the corner so hard. Can Coley hold off Hash? He's got a almost 3/10 lead here. One more corner to go. He'll go into 3. Hash is going to send a Hail Mary here. He's going to try to do something. Coley just doesn't need to slip up on the exit. Coley will come out of 4 here, and it will be Josh Coley who will repeat for 2 weeks in a row here at Worldwide Technology Raceway as Boyles wrecks right before the finish line. Oh, we got him all crashing. Oh, my gosh. Drapeau at half. Rittner. Drapeau ends up on his side. Polinsky. But, gosh, that was a hectic finish. A lot of wrecks there. But Josh Coley repeats 2 weeks in a row, wins at Charlotte, and wins here at Worldwide Technology Raceway for that Wilson Farms Chevy Camaro. As Kelly, y'all can go celebrate again. The second week in a row. Tell you what, that's a nice paint scheme. Very simple, very clean, white, blue, green. We'll actually go back and watch what happened. I have no clue what they were doing when they got to the white flag. So I'm going to start with Balfons. We'll get these guys here soon. Where is Balfons? As he just snaps it off the corner. He just got loose. Gregory nicks him there. And what do they do going into turn 1? Oh gosh, Cherry just cleaned somebody out. I think Cherry might have gotten there a little bit too deep there, bud. A little too hard. Oh yeah, he got in there way too deep. Gets Mark Math. Polinsky is involved in that. And I don't think they spun after that. Yeah, they kept it clean after that point. And then at the start-finish line, so I know Boyle is going to be mad at himself. He had, what was that? What position did he have locked down? He's behind Storm, so he had 4th locked down. He got loose off the corner. He's going to be mad at himself. I know he is. He comes home 8th, so not horrible. Gosh, that looks like what happened at Phoenix with Danica Patrick. He just drilled everybody. But Josh Coley comes home with the win. Kevin Hash 2nd. Get the top 3 in here for an interview. Definitely a long race, that's for sure. I expect we're going to see, or I expect to hear some not happy drivers. We'll bring in the 3rd place driver in Storm here. Hey, Storm, this is Bryce in the booth. Got a copy, man?
Howdy, brother.
Man, so you come home 3rd after a race that you seemed like you start off horrible for you, but you come back and finish 3rd. But, how did it go overall, and how did the track feel for you? Because it seems like some guys were struggling the whole entire night.
Yeah, I just overcooked her off into turn 2 on lap 2 and junked it really bad. Had about 5 minutes of damage. Just nursed it back, got it completely fixed there. Started the final stage with a completely quote-unquote clean car. I hadn't used my quick fix yet, and it just didn't drive how I liked it, so I just said screw it. And with like 30 to go, which is when we pitted for that final time, I came down, took tires in a quick, and she got driving really good. Kind of got boxed in there. Kind of got lucky with people checking up in front of me, and I was able to get around people, and got up to P3. So happy with it. Nice rebound. Nursed the car all night, and yeah.
It was definitely seems like some people were having to nurse their cars all night, but I thought you were out of it, but you did come back. I mean, you finished 3rd, but before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank, any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Oh yeah, all I gotta say is,
I think you might have muted yourself there.
it's not coming through. I was playing the Rocky theme. Okay.
No, it didn't come through at all.
Well, just imagine the Rocky theme. That's all I gotta say.
All right, man. Well, I will let you go. Good 3rd place finish tonight, man.
Thank you, brother.
That was Storm Patterson tried to play the Rocky theme. Probably would have gotten copyrighted, so I'm kind of glad it didn't play. We'll bring in the second place driver in Kevin Hash. Hey Kevin, this is Bryce in the booth. Got a copy, man?
Yes, sir. You got me?
Man, so you come home second. You fall just a little bit short, but what was going through your mind knowing that you had it a little bit better than tires than Coley coming down to the end of the race?
The big thing there really was track position. You really had to get either the run up off, or you had to be able to get deep enough into the corner against them, because that center, you just had to have right speed to roll that center. And just knowing that I couldn't necessarily drive it in so deep to make contact, because it's so easy to do there, that just trying to find the best time. I really thought we had him on the one restart, and then the caution came out a little bit quicker than I was hoping there. But I knew once he probably got back out in front of me, we were pretty equal all week testing, so I figured he was going to be really tough to beat no matter the tire wear.
Yeah, it definitely seems like this track is weird. So, can you describe how you had to run this track? Because it's not a short track, but it's not a big track. It's so weird to run. Like, how would you say you had to run it here?
Yeah, it definitely was very unique. I want to say it reminded me a lot of New Hampshire. You just kind of had to decide whether you were going to try to really ease into the corner and try to hit it hard off, or if you was going to try to hit it pretty aggressive, roll center, and see if you could carry that momentum up off the corner. And that was the only way I could really ever keep the car up under me, was trying to go in a little bit deeper than most, let it set, rotate, and then try to drive it up off the corner.
Yeah, this track is definitely weird, and you can't run the bottom. Then 1 and 2, you have to kind of run the tire tracks. That's what I say, which you can kind of see that little trace. 3 and 4, you've got to kind of get down, which you don't want to get down too low, because those the bumps will, this upset your car horribly. But it's definitely a weird track to run. It's very unique. I'm kind of glad they brought it back. But before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank, any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Yeah, I gotta give a huge shout out to everybody on the team. Quick, Ray, Cully. Also gotta give a huge shout out to my crew chief from my championship season who came back this first race back. Big performance increase having him back with Larry Yingling. Just Drone Corps. They're one of the real sponsors, and just Jegs also huge supporter of that whole company there. So, and you guys for putting the broadcast on.
All right, man. Well, I will let you go. Good second place finish tonight, then, man. Hopefully, I'll see you in victory lane eventually.
10-4. I hope so as well.
That was Kevin Hash, the race winner. We will now bring in, or sorry, not race winner, second place driver. We will now bring in the race winner in Josh Coley. Let me snatch him and put him in here. He's going to be happy if I had to guess if I was him. Hey, Josh, this is Bryce in the booth. Got a copy, man?
Hey, I got you.
Man, so you repeat 2 weeks in a row. How does that make you feel knowing that you won at Charlotte and you won here?
Man, I'm feeling good right now. I don't know what it is about this particular track, but I had it figured out, and we were able to hang on to the lead once we got there. And I got to apologize to that 97 car. I didn't really mean for that to happen. I think he bumped the wall and came over a little bit, but I didn't feel like I moved up the lane at all. But it kind of sucks when you're racing hard and clean and that happens. But definitely stoked to get 2 in a row, and should lock me into the championship pretty easily. So focus on that.
So what was going through your mind knowing that Hash had a little bit better tires than you coming down to the end of the race? Because he was not going away from you. He was finished, literally a little bit close to about 2/10 behind you, but he was on your bumper pretty much for that end of the race. But what was going through your head knowing that you had to hold him off and you had a little bit older tires than him?
Yeah, I could see him making up ground like in the center of the corners. So I knew I had to hit my lines perfect. He's also a teammate of mine, so I don't got to worry about him punting me or anything like that. Racing clean's not a problem. He said he was giving it all he had, though, and we were able to just barely maintain in front of him. I think, if we would have got a few more green flag laps, I don't know if I could have held him off. But the tires would cool, and they'd fire off pretty good for a lap or two. And at the end there, that's about all we got in a row. So, I'm stoked that he got second. Matt Quick had a decent night. Ray, he drove from the back and got 10th, I think. So, good night for the team. And it was pretty fun. It was fun driving. I found a line going into 3 that was lower than most people, and I was picking up, a few car lengths there every lap. It seemed like. And then if you could hit the brakes right going into 1 and just downshift just right, you could sail it in there pretty pretty hard, and it would go right through the middle, and then you'd had to be careful and exit. But fun race. It was fun driving up through the pack, and had a couple sketchy moments, but nothing too crazy.
All right, man. Well, before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Yeah, I got to thank Wilson Farms, CRT Small Engine. Then we got a Sip and Shine racing on the side of the car tonight. So good race for the team, and looking forward to next week.
All right, man. Well, hopefully I see you in victory lane. Good job repeating after Charlotte, man. But I will let you go. Go celebrate.
All right, thank you.
That was Josh Coley, the race winner. We'll go through the finishing order here. Stumbling over my words. Got to go do some homework after this. Good job, college life me. Very smart. Probably going to be up till like 12:30 again, like I always am. But first, Josh Coley. Second, Kevin Hash. Third, Storm Patterson. Fourth, Brandon Klusterhuth. Fifth, Brandon Pamatat. Sixth, Sean Boundy. Seventh, Matt Quick. Eighth, Adam Boyles. Ninth, Corbin Hemstreet. 10th, Raymond Rittner. 13th, Eric Drapeau. 12th, Treston Ott. 13th, Christopher Gale. 14th, Daniel Half. 15th, Dave Matson. 16th, Landon Polinsky. 17th, Roger DeBold. 18th, Matt Cherry. 19th, Manning Gregory. 20th, Brian Wortman. 21st, Mark Math. 22nd, Kelvin Masur. 23rd, George Balfons Jr. 24th, Brian Hennings. 25th, Paul Majivka. 26th, Corey Coe. 27th, Sawyer Ott. Dylan Hale was race control. A lot of cautions that race, but was pretty good overall. It's just what happens when you get a shorter track. Corners, guys getting close to each other. It's just nicking each other every now and then. But it wasn't bad overall. A lot of cautions, like I said, though. But I will not be streaming tomorrow. I don't think Austin will be either. I do know on Thursday, we both have streams. I'll be doing the Ghost Cup Series. Austin will be doing a 2,752 Dash for Cash money race. He'll be streaming that. But I will let y'all go. If you are bored and want to watch more racing, go hop over and watch Austin's stream. And again, if you are watching this replay of the stream back, you don't mind throwing in a subscription, that'll help. We are at 582. Want to hit 600 by the end of this month, but that is all dependent on you all. But I will roll this ad, and I will let you all go.